My sixth-grade teacher, a fat-ass fan of polyester pantsuits, pulled Mom aside at pickup and said, "Valerie looks fantastic. What a figure. How on earth did you do it?" What a figure. I was 11 freaking years old. Enforced dieting at that age can certainly skew one's perspective. I developed a premature and acute sense of cynicism. At the Club Med, I ran around in my bikini with the carefree detachment of a girl who didn't care about a number on the scale, fully aware of the cold irony that I'd been that girl 2 months earlier. Size-wise, I was on a par with my skinny sister and wiry younger brother, John. Mom watched me proudly from her beach chaise, pointing me out to the French and German vacationers in neighboring chairs, smiling smugly at what must have been their polite acknowledgement of my attractiveness. By dropping 12 pounds, I'd won the approval of my parents, their friends, teachers, complete strangers, everyone and no one whose opinion carried weight. I was hooked. The approval was river wide, ocean deep. I became convinced of my own unparalleled beauty. The pounds that once hid my profound loveliness were gone, and now I shone like the sun. My fat-free body was bulletproof, super strong, a secret weapon I hadn't realized I possessed. Being thin made me happy. It made my mother happy. But sadly, the joy was fleeting. After the trip, I'd gorged on the omnipresent buffets. I stepped back on the scale and was stunned that I'd regained 4 pounds. But, I am thin now, I thought, as if it were a permanent condition. The blunt and sudden understanding that if I wanted to continue to shine like the sun, to bask in praise and glory, I would have to eat celery sticks forever, gave me a physical pain in the gut. I looked heavenward and screamed, "No!" The two sources of happiness in my childhood were at odds. I could have food, or I could have approval. I couldn't have both. It should come as no surprise to anyone that food won the day, the year, the decades. The quest for approval, however, endured. At age 11, I became a chronic dieter, a brass ring grasper, a pie-in-the-sky eater. By the numbers, I'd tried approximately 150 distinct diets, every trendy one to come down the pike, as well as scores of my own invention. In my adult life, I'd been as small as a size 6 and as big as a 14. I'd lost and regained hundreds of pounds. Dropping weight always equaled victory, validation, the reclaiming of my rightful status as pretty on the outside. Gaining weight equaled failure, weakness, faulty character, a demotion to really good personality. I'd been up and down the diet road so many times in the last 30 years that my footprints were potholes. Monuments dotted the roadside, marking my thinnest periods, my fattest, the ghastly pig-outs, the incredible displays of self-control that appeared blurry as you sped by. By the way, you like dieting metaphors? Pull up a chair. I could go all night. A drug addiction. My initial success was like a first hit of crack, instantly addicting. A high I'd chase forever. I had a chubby monkey on my back. I was hooked on dieting, always looking for the next fix, be it South Beach or French women. No matter how high, meaning thin, I got, I craved more, never certain where my next hit was coming from. A gambling addiction. I kept trying to replicate that first big win, but couldn't. I lost my shirt, but not my flab. In the process, the odds were stacked against me. To play, I stared goggle-eyed at a spinning numbered wheel. Unless I hit 21 pounds lost, the diet was a bust. A sex addiction. One diet wasn't enough to satisfy me. I needed to try another, and none of them kept me satisfied for long. The harder I tried to deny my lusts, the more inflamed they became, until giving in to desire was all I thought about. My insatiable appetite compelled me to cheat, and cheat again. Or how about chronic dieting as psychiatrist Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's 5 stages of grief? Denial. This diet's going to be the one that works. Anger. Everyone else has cake. Bargaining. I cheated today, so I'll work out double tomorrow. Depression. I can't believe I ate the whole thing. Acceptance. It's useless. I'll never be thin. When I finally shuffle off this mortal coil, my tombstone should read, "Here lies Valerie Frankel. She dieted." I might